up, surfers? This is RTTTA, and I am Garrett Williamson, and this is
Tracie Owens.
This is Tracie Owens. She was in Socially Awkward Butterfly. This show, random things to talk about, is when I talk about things that interest me or Tracie, old or new. Today is February 2nd, 2013, 2 days before the release of Fire Emblem Awakening, which is what we are talking about today. That and just Fire Emblem in general. I don't really know all that much about Fire Emblem.
And I know about this much.
So here we go. Any false information you hear, don't get mad. Because that's bad.
Or judgy.
That's bad.
Hey.
Don't.
They're not dogs. Why do you talk to people like they're dogs?
You started off. Tracie is going to tell us about the gameplay-ish, normal, general layout of a Fire Emblem game, and the Fire Emblem games.
Yes.
Like the list of them. Have at it.
I'm going at it. Okay, so Fire Emblem, I am a huge fan. I haven't played them a lot just because I was little when I played the old ones. So basically, the layout of a Fire Emblem game, it's grid, so you will like choose where you want your character to go, and then they move later, and they're like, yay, and it's like squarish and grid. And then the fighting is turn-based, so your player, like, you choose the moves that you want to fight against the bad guys, and then once your turn is over, the enemy takes the turn. Yeah, and then they take their turn, and then they fight against you. And that's basically how all the Fire Emblem games work.
Did you mention permadeath? Because I rarely wasn't paying attention.
Oh, and permadeath. Permanent death. Your characters, you have like a team of characters that you usually fight with in the games, and you build experience points for each one, and if any of those characters die, their level of health goes down to 0, they're permanently dead. Permanently. You can't bring them back.
It's not like a game over where you come back. It's not Mario.
Or they heal up and they
It's not
pop
Zelda.
up.
It's not Sonic. It's,
no, they're permanently. It's like, real life.
It's like real. That's permadeath, and it's actually been used throughout many different types of games.
Especially Fire Emblem.
But Fire Emblem sort of started it, at least. I think it did. I really don't know. Games that do include the permanent death feature, not necessarily do you have to have it. It depends on what mode you're playing, but Diablo
has
Minecraft has it,
Minecraft?
Terraria.
I never knew that. I don't play any of those games. I just watch people play them on YouTube. Like Tobuscus, he plays a bunch of those stuff. So yeah, that's permanent death. Permadeath.
Okay.
Death.
Okay, alright.
And so you permanently die. There was also something I wanted to say about this too. Oh yeah, recently what I heard, because I have the Game Informer
yep.
magazine booklet, which has a bunch of games, and I don't like this. I was gonna say! No, okay, remember. I'm yelling. I need to stop.
It doesn't matter. I yell everything I say.
Okay, good. As I was saying, there's a saying where you can actually like build relationships with the characters. Yeah, in my Game Informer magazine, they said something like, you can build relationships on like with who you talk with and stuff, that you can end up even like marrying one of the characters. You build relationships and like great friendships, and so the deaths, if you actually die or if one of your characters die, is more traumatic and horrible. And then there's marriages, which are happy and fun. Hopefully by that time you beat the game.
This is going to require a lot of editing.
Okay.
I'm being a butthole right now.
Yes, you are. Gosh, wait, can I say the games now?
Yeah, okay, so since you took so long,
It was giving information! Isn't that the whole, you make your 13 fucking
I can't help it. Name them!
So loud. There's an old Japanese version of Fire Emblem, and then there's like the United States version.
Yeah, well, Fire Emblem didn't come to America until like the GameCube. I think part of the reason they brought it to the US is because everybody got mad when they put Roy and Marth in
Super Smash Brothers. Yeah.
Melee, not the first one, but Melee.
They were like, who are these people? They're freaking awesome. I want to play. And so they were like, whoa, we have to bring them. So yeah. Anyways.
So then they ended up bringing it to.
Yeah. So there's
US.
Japanese games and then there's US games, and a lot of the Japanese games I cannot pronounce because it's like, so what's called BS Fire Emblem. No comments. That was made in 1997 to 1999. I only had like 4 chapters. Oh yeah, you also play by chapters, kind of like a book. It's cool. Then there was Fire Emblem, which was the 7th game in the Fire Emblem series. And it's a prequel to Fire Emblem Fuin no Tsurugi, which was released for Game Boy Advance. It is the first Fire Emblem game to be released outside of Japan. There's this one called Anuku Ryu Hikari Tsurugi, and that was Japanese one. Then there's Fire Emblem Awakening, which is the 13th game in the Fire Emblem series. There's
You done yet?
Fire Emblem Gaiden.
Is it my turn yet?
The second one released.
It's not my turn.
Basically, there was a lot of Fire Emblem games. I only played one as a child, and I don't remember which one it was, but it was one where, I don't know if it was Roy or Ike, had lost his sister.
What Fire Emblem game I played? I don't remember it. But I'm talking about it anyway.
It was an old childhood memory. It was just one I played. I don't know which one it was. It was just one that I played, and my sister.
Tracie?
But then I had one. Your turn.
Okay. So, speaking of Awakening, which is what I talked about at the beginning, I did my homework. So, the game was actually released in April of 2012 in Japan, so it's actually been a while since it was actually released over in the eastern area of this world. And it's going to release in America in a couple of days on February 4th. And if you live in Europe and you're watching this, then I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait another couple of months because it's not coming out for you until April of 2013, so a whole entire year after its release in Japan.
You should just fly here and get it, and then go back.
To make it a brief story of what the plot is and everything, it's based around one of the main and playable characters, Chrom. So Chrom is the prince of Haladam of Ulysses, however you say that. And all his friends and stuff, they're all in like a turbulent era. I said that wrong. So pretty much Chrom's neighboring nation, which was Plegia, I think that's how you say it, Plegia, probably Plegia. They start acting really weird. They start like acting very suspicious. So Chrom is like, let's go and beat the crap out of them. So that's what they go and do with the help of Marth, who's disguised. Let me clear this out because...
Wait, don't get it. If you really want to know, check it online because it's somewhere.
She doesn't like spoiling people.
I don't. I don't.
I love it. Spoiler alert, Marth is apparently a...
Can we just clear this up? This game, Fire Emblem Awakening, is like generations later from the old Fire Emblem games with Prince Marth. Prince Marth.
Legend of Zelda ripoff.
Shut up. No. It's not.
Ouch! Are you okay? What did you do?
What if like my toe got between there again? Okay. Anyways, so just cleared up. Yeah. So this Fire Emblem Awakening is generations later from the old Fire Emblems with Ike and Roy and Marth. And so this girl is Princess, who has a different name. I don't know how to pronounce it. And she disguises herself as Prince Marth, so nobody will suspect her for anything. And she can just be awesome and fight like a boss.
You're welcome, we just ruined it for you. So the gameplay pretty much stays generally the same as the older ones where it's a grid and it's like a tactical role-playing game where you have numerous different characters that you move across a grid and pretty much they fight and stuff. It's very strategic and I suck with strategy, so I'll probably suck with this game.
I cannot wait. I'm buying it on the day. Woo.
Characters have health points, just like pretty much every other game, where basically until, you know, they're obviously all gone, they're alive, but then they're all gone and they're dead.
Permanent death.
Well, that's in a classic difficulty. There's numerous different difficulties. You don't necessarily, I don't think, die permanently unless you are on the difficulty which is known as the classic difficulty.
I saw the thing and it said like easy, hard, and then hard, lunatic.
Lunatic, and then there's a classic.
Also, you play as avatars. There's two avatars you play as, a girl or a guy. And you can choose their name,
you can customize them, you can upgrade them and stuff. It's a role-playing game, Tracie.
I'm sorry, yeah, you can upgrade them and do whatever you want to their pretty little faces, but I'd rather like keep them normal looking, so I just feel like I'm in the game. You can name them whatever you want, but I usually have to keep the name that they have already, and so I played as the guy because I was playing a demo and they wouldn't let me play as the girl. And so that guy's name was Robin, and you could also choose what he is, like a swordsman or a mage or something else. I chose mage.
Yeah, you can, there's a class job system, / job system, and every class obviously possesses a different type of skill. There are actually more than 40 different classes in the game, so you can be many different types of skilled people. It all depends on what you want. Characters can have up to 5 skills at once. I think you can swap them out, change stuff around.
Prom is a swordsman, and his little sister is a healer. I'm spoiling so much.
Welcome to RTTTA. So then also, characters can like fall in love with each other.
I already said that.
They can, wait, you did?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They can build relationships on the choices you make. It's based on choices that you make in the game.
Pretty much what can happen is you can pair up with them, and then you can end up having children, and they can be in the battle eventually. It's like pretty much you can have and give birth to a kid in like three hours of gameplay. Like
it's
reality.
In the game.
Reality.
In the game.
Reality.
They know you're not gonna play this game for like 20 years to wait till they have a child.
It's called 9 months.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, what was the 20 years all about?
I'm just saying, like, if you're in a relationship, you gotta get married and then you're just like in the relationship. You wanna have? Okay, this is weird. Moving on.
There will be DLC, downloadable content for those that don't play video games at all.
Play video games.
Play video games.
Wish you life.
Yeah.
Don't succeed in life.
My childhood was only amazing, and I'm only as awesome as I am right now because I played video games.
Me too. Hello, I play video games. I'm like a huge gamer. Nobody would tell. Ever.
Yeah.
Unless I wore these shirts.
Yeah.
Which I do all the time, so people tell. But if I didn't, they'd be like, "You're a gamer?" They'd be like, "Heck yeah."
Yeah,
they'd
pretty
be like,
much.
No way.
Yeah.
That's how he was when I met him.
So there will be DLC, downloadable content, and characters such as Roy and Ike will be characters that you can download because they're just amazing. Roy and Ike. It's really too bad Roy wasn't in Brawl.
I know, they took him out, and I was like, what the crap?
So yeah, that's pretty much it. There you go. There's Fire Emblem Awakening and just a really brief idea of everything before it.
Sorry if you know more, that's good. Cause
that's good. You wasted your time watching this. So remember, you can request what we talk about next week, suggest something new, or name an interesting fact that you have that you want us to speak of. Remember, you can ask a question via the YouTube messaging system or email GCWaves2@gmail.com, which nobody has done yet. I really don't care. Or the comment section below, which is the easiest. So you could just do that. So
can we annotate something?
Annotate? Yeah.
Can we annotate it right?
Annotate.
There.
Annotate.
And right there.
And no.
And right there.
No.
Okay. How about just right here?
How about I don't have to do that much editing?
I want to feel cool. An explosion. Oh, and if you want me to come back, they like me.
They'll probably want you back.
No, they won't.
I want you back. I want you back.
Yeah, okay, now I know.
So, what should you do to this video?
Share it, like it, comment, smash the like button, and for his sake, subscribe!
So, this has been RTTTA, and we leave you with one word. Farewell.